Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and I want to do a unit review for this guy right here, Gas Baggin, but we're not going to today. We're going to wait until I get mine up to level 110, fully awakened. That way we can get a look at his stats without any equipment on. Right now, it'd just be kind of conjecture. I don't think there's an easy way to look at him maxed out since he's not a banner unit. I don't even think you could look at, like, the meeting spot, right? Because he is not a ticket. Anyway, so what we are going to do is we are going to look at the brand new Dimension Dragon today. He's the second most important unit to look at. He is pretty much my most wanted unit. I've thrown everything at the kitchen sink at him. I have not gotten him yet. And I'm probably not going to get him. I'm kind of out of resources right now. I didn't spend like cash or anything, but you know, I did all my tact points. I did all my free-to-play gems. I probably did like 60 pulls, maybe between 50 and 70. I don't remember exactly. But I am going to go up to probably an even 100 with tact points, and hopefully I'll get them. But that's kind of a bit of a spoiler for what I think about this unit, I suppose. But we're just going to go over the unit overall. First, Dimension Dragon, maxed out, has 888 HP. That is low. That is very low for a level 120 fully awakened S unit. Not a fan of that at all. However, he does have 515 attack, pretty huge. 140 wisdom. I like that. That's one of my favorite wisdoms I've seen, because he doesn't give a fuck about being smart. This is a dumb dragon. 422 agility, pretty fast. I like that 50 weight also, and 3 movement. I kind of wish he had 4 movement, but 3 movement I think is very fair with this unit. 327 defense. I don't think that's like incredible, but I don't think it's bad. He's gonna get kind of destroyed by well, weak to whoosh, weak to zap. There's not that many, like, I mean, White King will probably one-shot him, right? Not that many like Zapple super strong users. I mean, maybe Malroth, but I don't know how often you actually fight him, right? But overall, I wish his HP was closer to like 1200, but you can get his HP pretty high with gear at this point. Anyway, let's go over his perks. First, leadership ability raises Dragon Breath potency by 20%. I would say it's not a good leadership skill, which it obviously is a good leadership skill, but this is the same leadership skill as Great Dragon, and yeah, Dimensional Dragon's better overall, but it's like, you would want to, basically at this point a free-to-play S unit has the exact same leadership perk, so I wouldn't say it's exceptionally good. It's good, but like Great Dragon has the same thing, right? So you're not pulling this guy for that ability, probably. Level 1, what he starts with, he could phase through enemies and obstacles, meaning he moves as if there's nothing there. It's kind of like he can't move onto a square that's shared. He can't stay on that square, but he can move through squares. And if attacks move him forward or whatever, like King Bubble Slime, or sorry, King She Slime, you know, you go through obstacles, no problem. Very cool. Obviously it's going to be better on some fights than others. But it means that it's very easy to get to where you need to deal damage. It's a very, very cool ability overall. I like it. I'm not sure exactly if it's like great, but I do like it. And then at 1 awaken, you are going to get the incredible. Do you actually even get anything? Oh, the breathing here. You get increases breath potency by 15%. Kind of a boring dupe, but I think it's pretty decent. I mean, 15% potency on all your damage. I mean, that's not a joke. That is pretty darn good. So I do like that. The great thing about this is a breath-based unit, right? You can tell probably from its leadership ability and that first dupe. It does breath, physical, and breath. The great thing about breath is that since it only scales with level, meaning you don't really like the 25% stats that you don't get if you have a base one is going to be, you're going to do almost the same amount of damage as someone that has a fully awakened super unit. In the case of like Sorrow, a Stark, those units are not doing nearly as much damage as they could be doing. This guy will be losing survivability, but his damage is going to be almost exactly the same, besides on that physical attack one. That one will be maybe not quite a bit weaker, but it will be weaker for sure. Let's go over his abilities. White Ice. Deal moderate crack type breath damage to all enemies in area of effect. This is probably kind of weak, but not... with breath, it's kind of hard to tell, like, with the damage formula or whatever. I assume this is about cold breath level, but with a better range. So it's probably going to be doing 300, 400, maybe like that, maybe like 400 on like brilliant or something like that. Might be like a 200, 400 kind of thing. Probably not great, but it is, you know, it's his first ability. Again, quote unquote throwaway. Deals 240% potency crack type physical damage to all enemies in area of effect and moves up to 4 spaces. So you could use this just to get around, I think, as well. Maybe you can't, honestly. Maybe you do need to target something, but being able to move up to 4 spaces, unlike Torpedo Tackle, this will go through walls. This will go through enemy units. I mean, Torpedo Tackle goes through units, but this will go through obstacles, which is sometimes negative, but I think it's usually going to be a positive. It's also a good escape, right? If something gets up next to you and attacks you, you could use this to get away 4 spaces because it lets you move actually further than your movement, which is pretty cool. Plus, that's pretty good potency, and he's got great attack, so this is going to do good damage. But then, final attack, it's a breath attack that single major bang type breath damage to 1 enemy. Now, I don't even know how to tell how much this would do. You know what? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's like a good way to see exactly how much this does, but I love that this is a bang element breath. The Dragon Breath team, I think, needs more coverage because right now they've got, you could count Dragon Lower True Form, but he's not a dragon. He doesn't get the bonuses, but it is a breath attack. But like Halberdsaurus does Sizz, Great Dragon does Crack, and this guy also has Crack, but now you have Bang also. And so this will get the Great Dragon benefit, plus he has all of his own potency shit going on. So this is probably going to be huge damage. I assume that this is more powerful than Ice. And Ice can do like 800 damage, 700, 800 damage in this massive AoE if they're weak to it. So it's actually killer. If this does like 1,000, this might do like 1,000 damage or something like that from a breath attack at range 3. Like there are more powerful attacks, but this is like I think a really, really, and yeah, who knows? I need a little bit of input to know how strong this is. Because when it's physical, it's much easier to tell. When it's magic, again, I don't like the wording, but I'm kind of beating around the issue that I'm not qualified to tell you exactly how strong this is. But I would suspect that it's very strong. Now, I think this unit could be pretty easily passed on if I'm being 100% honest. I don't think this is like a crazy, unbelievable, amazing unit. This is a personal unit that I want, which is why I'm pulling for it. I think this unit's going to be really good in Arena, actually. Like phenomenal in Arena. And now we have kind of this Great Dragon, Halberdsaurus, King She-Slime, maybe Metal Dragon. Like we have these amazing, really strong AoE units with high agility. And I think this guy would fit in really good. Great Dragon is a killer arena unit now. Especially if you're going for a super aggressive strategy where you're going to wipe out multiple of their units in the first turn. And I think this unit's going to fit in perfectly to that kind of strategy, right? You can move 3 and then attack at 3 with breath, which is going to be a super high potency. So he's great at picking off things that you may not have killed, or even then he has white ice, which is still really good. I mean, it's probably very good. Again, because it has a different name than other moderate breaths, I assume this does more damage than a typical moderate breath damage. But probably not like incredible damage, right? It just got really good AoE. But overall, this is a really cool unit. Like it a lot. Let's take a look at his resistances, actually. Super weak to poison's kind of weird. Super weak to charm is irrelevant at this point in the game. I do like paralysis resistance. Breath lock resistance is like, there's like one thing I think that does it in the game and no one will ever play it. Confusion immune is very good. Weak to whoosh is like, yeah, so White King is going to destroy this guy, unfortunately. But the good thing about White King is that it's very easy to just kill him straight out if he's in a semi-even aggressive position. He is not too hard to deal with, but he does do an insane amount of damage, and he'll definitely one-shot Dimensional Dragon, in my opinion, because he has kind of low HP, super weak to a very high Wisdom character. Zap, I'm not as worried about. Obviously there are some good Zap units, but I think Zap is a weaker element overall for most people's accounts. Kind of Zap and Zam I feel like are a little bit weaker overall, but a lot of people have a Stark now, and things like that. But Zap I feel like might be the weakest. Royal Reptile can move 3 and deal great damage to him, but I don't think you have to worry about that too much. I'd be surprised if a lot of people are running Royal Reptile in Arena. Outside of that, of course, you know, in normal fights, this could be as good as Baramos or better, you know. A little bit of, I'll admit, he does have some MP issues if you're going to be using that breath, the Explosion Breath multiple times. But Baramos is, I think he's going to do kind of similar damage to Baramos, the single target, bang weak enemies. But I think this unit also just has a, I don't know, it's kind of fucking cool, you know? Baramos also has shitty range. This guy has a good range in terms of he's got 3 movement and he can move through stuff. So he's very much more mobile and can get where he needs to go. But also mostly, I'm not going to lie, I just think it's a cool unit. I think it looks cool. It's visually impressive. And it's one that I want, but I probably wouldn't spend your free-to-play resources on this at this point. I can't even take a look at it, can I? Is there like a thing here for it? I don't think so. Nope. But, you know, guys, wish me luck. I am going to be pulling for this unit. Any kind of donations I get, which I don't get a lot, but if we get anything, I'll put those towards polls instead of just putting it in my pocket for McDonald's. You know, I'll try to save up my gems until not November 28th, but like November 25th, 26th. I'll save up my tact points for a couple weeks here, and then we'll try to do a poll video. And hopefully, you know, we'll get lucky there at the end. I would like to be able to use his battle road though. So yeah, we'll probably go like the 25th. We'll take a look here. Let's plan on a poll video. I'm right about, yeah, the 24th or 25th. That'll be a Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll save up all of our stuff until then. And then we will go for, hopefully go for like 30 polls, 40 polls, something like that. See if we can get it. But I want to get him early enough where I could still use his battle road to level him if I need to. But I'm just going to be farming the mats. I need to rank him up. And if I don't get him, you know what? My luck will come somewhere else. I already got in a Stark and a Seraphy for 0 effort. So that's that. Yeah, kind of a weird review because it is, so I apologize for that. It's a little weird to, it just says major breath damage. What does that exactly mean? It's kind of hard to tell because major breath damage is a very unhelpful term. Like, even if we look at, here, let's look at Great Dragon for a perfect example, right? He has got major breath damage on cold breath, and he's got major breath damage on ice. Ice is almost twice as powerful as cold breath, or it's at least significantly more powerful. And it's not just the potency, it just does more damage. And so I guess you're supposed to, I guess the fact you have to go with major combined with the MP cost, which means I think that it'll definitely be more powerful than ice. And ice is very powerful. It is single target, but it is going to be a very, very powerful attack. And the whole Dragon Breath team kind of synergizes super well. It's one of the few teams that actually has an internal synergy. Look, they got HP on this guy right now. He's fucking killer, man. But they have a lot of just internal synergy because the breath potency thing, it's increases everyone's damage by 20%, or the potency by 20%. That's huge. There's not many other teams, if any, that can have that good of a leadership ability that affects everyone's damage. Just like, because usually it'll be like Zoma, yeah, does 20%, but it's crack spell, right? So it's not like it's not even all your spell users or all your crack users. It's only your crack spell users. So that's very fringe. It might hit 1, maybe 2 characters. But this will hit whether you're doing Bang Breath or you're doing Frizz Breath or you're doing, like, it doesn't matter. Everyone that's using breath at all, they have to be a dragon, but the dragons are usually the ones with the breath anyway. We'll be getting a huge benefit. You could even do something like Dragon Slime does do breath. He increases, I believe, crack breath damage, but I don't even think it's 20%. I think it's like worse, right? Like, I don't think there's a world you would use him over Great Dragon at this point. There was a time where Dragon Slime, I think, was pretty good because Ting was pretty interesting. Yeah, crack type breath potency by 10%. That just, it's literally half as strong. Ting was pretty good for a while. There is martial, but slimes are, you know, martial kind of creatures. But yeah. Anyway, this review's over. I'm just rambling now to increase the length of the video for that ad revenue. That's just kidding. I don't think the length of the video affects that at all. But peace out, friends. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. See you guys next time. Hope you have a good day, night, whatever. Also, shout out to my other videos that are going on right now. If you like, if you enjoy watching my videos, there's a good chance you will enjoy Inscription and you will enjoy my Darkest Dungeon 2. Also, no, that's it. Peace out. See you next time.